Meanwhile, the casting process for the movie began with a thorough search for the perfect young actors to play the lead roles. Director Alan Parker and producer Chris Griffiths scoured the UK for talented youngsters, holding open auditions in various cities. The criteria were simple: find kids with charisma, energy, and a natural ability to connect with the audience. For the role of Bugsy Malone, the filmmakers were looking for someone with a certain je ne sais quoi, a spark that would make the character memorable. They auditioned hundreds of boys before finding Scott Bairstow, a 16-year-old from Birmingham, who impressed them with his confident stage presence and infectious charm. Bairstow's chemistry with the other actors was palpable, and he was cast as the titular character. For the role of Lena, the love interest of Bugsy Malone, the filmmakers wanted an actress who could convey vulnerability and strength. After a series of auditions, they found Jodie Foster, a talented young actress who had already made a name for herself in films like Taxi Driver and The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane. Foster brought a depth and nuance to the role that was essential to the movie's success. The supporting cast was equally impressive, with actors like Florrie Dugdale, Martin Fisk, and Kelly Hunter bringing their own unique energy to the film. The chemistry between the actors was undeniable, and the tension and camaraderie between the characters on screen added to the movie's appeal. Throughout the casting process, Parker and Griffiths were meticulous in their selection, ensuring that every actor was perfect for their role. The result was a cast that worked together seamlessly, creating a sense of authenticity that was essential to the movie's success. In the mid-70s, a young director named Alan Parker dared to reimagine the gangster genre for a young audience with his groundbreaking film, Bugsy Malone. Parker's innovative approach blended classic gangster movie tropes with a cast composed entirely of children, creating a unique and timeless classic. To bring this vision to life, Parker drew inspiration from the golden age of Hollywood gangster films. He aimed to preserve the essence of these movies while making them accessible and entertaining for families. Parker's creative influences included iconic directors like Billy Wilder and Howard Hawks, as well as the distinctive visual style of artists such as Edward Hopper. Parker's directorial style was characterized by his meticulous attention to detail and his commitment to creating a cohesive, immersive world. He worked closely with the cast and crew to ensure that every aspect of the film, from the set design to the costumes, contributed to the overall atmosphere of the 1920s. Collaboration was key to the success of Bugsy Malone. Parker fostered a supportive and creative environment on set, encouraging the young actors to explore their characters and contribute their own ideas. He worked closely with choreographer and chorus line creator Faye Mankiewicz to create the memorable musical numbers that are now synonymous with the film. The film's unique concept and Parker's distinctive directorial style resonated with audiences and critics alike. Bugsy Malone not only introduced a new generation to the classic gangster genre, but also showcased the immense talent of its young cast, including a breakout performance from a young Jodie Foster. In conclusion, Alan Parker's directorial vision for Bugsy Malone brought a fresh and imaginative take on the gangster genre, appealing to both children and adults. His creative influences, collaborative spirit, and commitment to crafting a captivating world resulted in a film that continues to be cherished by audiences today. So, let's talk about the 1976 movie Bugsy Malone. I have a cherished memory associated with this movie, and I'm sure many of you do too. Do you have a cherished memory associated with this movie? Maybe a funny quote or a shocking scene that still lingers in your mind. We would love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. As for me, I find it fascinating that the movie was actually a musical comedy featuring a young Jodie Foster and Scott Baio. But what's even more interesting are the lesser-known facts or anecdotes about this movie that fascinate me. For instance, did you know that the movie was originally intended to be a more serious film, but the director decided to take a different approach and make it a comedic musical? Now let's dive into some of the fun facts about the movie. The film's characters were all named after famous gangsters and mobsters, and the movie's storyline was loosely based on the life of Benjamin Bugsy Siegel. The movie also featured a number of memorable songs, including You Give a Little Love and Fat Sam's Grand Slam. So, what's your most cherished memory or personal experience related to this movie? Maybe it's a funny quote or a shocking scene that still lingers in your mind. We would love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. Meanwhile, the production of the movie was a significant undertaking that required meticulous planning and attention to detail. The film's set design was a crucial aspect of its overall aesthetic, with production designer Tony Pratt creating a visually stunning and cohesive world for the characters to inhabit. Pratt's team built elaborate sets, including the iconic Flamingo Club, which was constructed on a large soundstage in London. To achieve the film's distinctive look, the production team employed a range of innovative techniques and technologies. For instance, they used a combination of matte paintings and miniature sets to create the illusion of sprawling cityscapes and sprawling landscapes. The matte paintings, which were painted on glass panels, were then combined with live-action footage to create seamless transitions between the different environments. The film's location shooting also presented a number of logistical challenges. The production team had to navigate the busy streets of London to capture the required scenes, often working around tight schedules and coordinating with local authorities to minimize disruptions to traffic and pedestrian flow. Despite these challenges, the team managed to capture some truly iconic scenes, including the memorable sequence in which Bugsy Malone and his gang navigate the crowded streets of London. One of the most innovative technologies employed during production was the use of a custom-built soundstage, which allowed the team to control the lighting and sound levels to create a unique and immersive environment for the actors. This allowed the actors to fully immerse themselves in their roles and react accordingly, resulting in some truly memorable performances. Throughout the production process, the team worked tirelessly to ensure that every detail was meticulously planned and executed. From the intricate costume design to the carefully choreographed dance numbers, every aspect of the film was carefully considered to create a cohesive and visually stunning whole. Let's dive into the world of Bugsy Malone, a unique film that has captured the hearts of many. This classic, released in 1976, offers a fresh and exciting take on the gangster genre. With a twist, the cast is made up entirely of children. The mastermind behind this innovative idea is Alan Parker, the director who brought this story to life. With a career spanning over 4 decades, Parker has left an indelible mark on the film industry, with notable works such as Midnight Express and Evita. In Bugsy Malone, we follow the journey of the titular character, a small-time boxing promoter who gets mixed up in the world of gangsters. The film is set in a bustling city in the 1920s, where rival gangs, led by Fat Sam and Dandy Dan, fight for control of the streets. The child actors in this film deliver impressive performances, bringing depth and nuance to their characters. Scott Baio, who plays Bugsy Malone, showcases his versatility as an actor, capturing the character's charm and charisma. The film's unique approach to the gangster genre is further enhanced by its music. With catchy tunes and clever lyrics, the songs in Bugsy Malone add to the film's charm and help to move the story forward. The film's iconic song, Fat Sam's Grand Slam, is a perfect example of this, with its upbeat tempo and memorable chorus. Bugsy Malone has endured as a classic, resonating with audiences of all ages. Its unique approach to storytelling and memorable characters have left a lasting impact on the film industry, inspiring future filmmakers to think outside the box and push the boundaries of what is possible in cinema. In conclusion, Bugsy Malone is a must-see film that offers a fresh and exciting take on the gangster genre. With its innovative approach, impressive cast, and memorable music, this classic has left an indelible mark on the film industry and continues to captivate audiences to this day. Composing the music for Bugsy Malone was an exciting challenge for its creator, Paul Williams. As a renowned singer-songwriter, he was new to the world of film scores. The movie's unique blend of genres, from 1920s gangster films to musical comedy, required a versatile and innovative approach. Williams drew inspiration from classic Broadway musicals and vintage jazz, composing songs that echo the era's spirit while complementing the narrative and emotional tone of the film. Bugsy Malone features catchy tunes like Fat Sam's Grand Slam and Down and Out, which capture the characters' emotions and further the storyline. The film's young cast, including Scott Baio as Bugsy Malone and Jodie Foster as Tallulah, performed the songs live during filming. This approach, uncommon in modern filmmaking, allowed the actors to fully embody their characters and create a more authentic performance. Paul Williams explained, "The idea was to have them sing live on set, so they could act and sing at the same time. It gave the film a unique energy and charm. The result is a captivating musical experience that resonates with audiences of all ages." The soundtrack also features instrumental pieces that heighten the film's tension and emotional depth. For instance, the Speakeasy raid cue underscores the chaotic and thrilling nature of the scene, while Pleasant Valley provides a softer, introspective moment for the characters. In creating the music for Bugsy Malone, Paul Williams and the talented musicians involved crafted a timeless soundtrack that not only pays homage to the golden age of musicals, but also stands on its own as a cherished piece of this classic's enduring legacy. In the years since its release, the movie Bugsy Malone has been rarely adapted for professional stage productions, with the director, Alan Parker, expressing reservations about these attempts. However, in 2015, he permitted a production at the Lyric Theatre in Hammersmith, London, and even attended some rehearsals. The show was a critical success, receiving 5-star reviews and selling out performances. Parker himself praised the production, stating that some parts were even better than the film. Originally, a TV series based on Bugsy Malone was planned for filming in Dublin in 1976, but it never materialized. Parker once commented on the production of Bugsy Malone, stating that if he had fallen ill, Jodie Foster could have taken over. This reflects the confidence he had in his young cast, which included Foster in a leading role. Overall, Bugsy Malone remains a classic film, with its enduring popularity and impact still being felt today. Meanwhile, the scene where Bugsy Malone, played by Scott Baio, gets hit by a baseball bat wielded by Fat Sam's goons is a memorable moment in the movie. Director Alan Parker's decision to use a slow-motion shot adds to the dramatic effect, making the audience feel the impact of the blow. The scene's impact is further emphasized by the sound design, which amplifies the sound of the bat hitting Bugsy's head, creating a sense of shock and disbelief. In an interview, Parker recalled that he wanted to create a sense of brutality and violence in this scene, but also make it humorous and over the top, which is characteristic of the movie's tone. He achieved this by using a combination of physical comedy and exaggerated sound effects. Bugsy's reactions to the attack, played by Scott Baio, add to the comedic effect of the scene. His facial expressions and body language convey a sense of shock and pain, making the audience laugh at the absurdity of the situation. Baio himself has said that he enjoyed playing the role of Bugsy, and that the scene was one of his favorites to film. The scene's cinematography is also noteworthy, with the use of close-ups and medium shots to emphasize the violence and comedy of the scene. The camera angles and movement add to the sense of chaos and confusion, making the audience feel like they are right there with Bugsy as he gets hit. Overall, this scene in the movie is a masterclass in comedic timing and physical comedy, and its impact on the audience is undeniable. It is a standout moment in the film that has become iconic in popular culture. In the making of this classic, Bugsy Malone, over 1,000 cream pies were thrown. Two of the film's actors, Jonathan Scott Taylor and Phil Daniels, went on to have notable roles in other films. Scott Taylor, who played an uncredited role in Bugsy Malone, later starred as Damien Thorne in Damien Omen 2. Daniels, also uncredited, appeared as a waiter who spills spaghetti. His character's clumsiness adds a touch of humor to the film. Released in 1976, Bugsy Malone brought a unique twist to the gangster genre, captivating audiences with its innovative casting choice, using only child actors. This unconventional approach made the film stand out, appealing to both children and adults. The movie resonated with audiences through its blend of humor, action, and music, creating a fun-filled world that transcended typical genre boundaries. It became a favorite among families, offering a refreshing alternative to traditional films of the time. Bugsy Malone also significantly influenced pop culture, inspiring a new generation of filmmakers to explore unconventional storytelling techniques. Its impact can be seen in various productions, where child actors are employed to challenge conventions and engage viewers in unexpected ways. Moreover, this classic contributed to discussions on relevant social themes, such as the consequences of violence and the importance of friendship. Despite the film's playful depiction of gangster life, it subtly highlights the negative impact of such activities, fostering conversations about these issues among its young audience. In essence, Bugsy Malone has left an indelible mark on both the cultural and social landscape, proving that creativity and innovation can lead to meaningful and lasting impacts. Its legacy continues to inspire and entertain new generations, solidifying its status as a beloved cinematic treasure. Meanwhile, the production of the movie employed some unique methods to find suitable extras. In Burtwell Slough, a local school, Warrenfield Comprehensive was searched for talented students to participate in the film. The auditions took place on the sports field, where aspiring actors showcased their skills. During the summer of 1975, one of the main actors, Scott Baio, stood at a height of 5'2", This was a notable aspect of his appearance during the filming period. The movie, Bugsy Malone, marked the directorial debut of Alan Parker, who brought his vision to life on the big screen. Meanwhile, the critical reception of the movie was overwhelmingly positive. The New York Times praised the film, stating that it was a joyous and inventive musical comedy with a clever and witty script. The Los Angeles Times noted that the film's exuberant energy and clever wordplay made it a delightful and entertaining experience. The film also received positive reviews from Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times, who gave it 3.5 out of 4 stars, and Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune, who gave it 3 out of 4 stars. Audience reactions were similarly enthusiastic, with many praising the film's unique blend of music, comedy, and adventure. The film's memorable characters, including the charming and charismatic Bugsy Malone himself, were widely praised. The film's soundtrack, featuring catchy and upbeat songs, was also a major hit. In terms of awards and nominations, the movie received a total of 3 nominations, including a BAFTA nomination for Best Original Song for You Give a Little Love. Although it did not win any major awards, the film's critical and commercial success helped establish its young stars, including Scott Bairstow and Jodie Foster, as rising talents in the industry. For those involved in the film, these accolades represented a significant validation of their hard work and creativity, and helped pave the way for future projects and collaborations. In the filming of Bugsy Malone, there were a few notable occurrences. Firstly, the relationship between 2 of the actors, Florence Garland and Scott Baio, was less than friendly off-screen. Garland even admitted years later that she couldn't stand Baio, which may explain the lack of on-screen chemistry between the two in their scenes together. Additionally, Kathy Spaulding made her debut in this classic. The movie was filmed during the summer of 1975, providing a unique backdrop for the film's production. Despite any interpersonal issues and the challenges of filmmaking, Bugsy Malone remains a beloved and memorable film. In the late 1970s, a unique film titled Bugsy Malone graced the screens, leaving audiences of all ages delighted. This classic, directed by Alan Parker, was a musical gangster film featuring an extraordinary cast of children. The young actors, dressed as 1920s gangsters, play out a world of adult-themed scenarios with a charming innocence that has endeared the movie to many. One fascinating anecdote from the set involves the film's young star, Scott Baio, who played the title character, Bugsy Malone. Baio, who was only 16 years old during filming, had never sung or danced professionally before. To help him prepare for the role, Parker enlisted the aid of a professional vocal coach and choreographer. Baio's dedication to mastering his character's songs and dance numbers was unwavering, and his hard work paid off handsomely, as his performance remains a standout feature of the film. Another memorable story from the set concerns Jodie Foster, who played the role of Tallulah, the film's resident femme fatale. At the time, Foster was only 13 years old and already an accomplished young actress. However, she had never before performed in a musical. To help her prepare for the role, Foster was given a personal vocal coach, who worked tirelessly with her to develop her singing abilities. The result was a remarkable performance, with Foster delivering a memorable rendition of the film's signature song, My Name is Tallulah. The film's young cast was not without its challenges, however. Since many of the child actors had never worked on a film set before, they often struggled to maintain their focus and energy levels throughout the long days of shooting. To help keep the young actors engaged and motivated, Parker organized a series of games and activities during breaks in filming. These ranged from simple card games to more elaborate scavenger hunts, all designed to help the young cast members bond and have fun while working. One particularly memorable activity involved a game of softball, with the children divided into teams and competing against one another. The game became so raucous and boisterous that it eventually attracted the attention of the film's producers, who were initially concerned about the safety of the young actors. However, they soon realized that the game was providing a valuable release for the children, helping them to blow off steam and recharge their batteries for the next round of filming. Despite the many challenges faced during the production of Bugsy Malone, the film remains a beloved classic, thanks in large part to the hard work and dedication of its young cast and crew. From Scott Baio's breakout performance as Bugsy Malone to Jodie Foster's memorable turn as Tallulah, the film is a testament to the power of creativity, collaboration, and a little bit of childlike wonder. Moreover, the film's production involved local students from 2 schools, Everingham County Secondary School and Ivor Heath Middle School. Director Alan Parker visited Everham to select extras, and later returned to show the film in full to the school. Some notable extras included twins Julie Privet and Gillian Privet, Trevor Edwards, Ross Shepard, Karen Rollins, Anthony Paris, and Alan Cole. Many of these students were dancers, and Cole made memorable appearances in the film, emerging from a manhole cover in one scene and sitting at a table in Fat Sam's in another. Helen Corrin made her debut in this classic, marking the beginning of her acting career. Meanwhile, Jodie Foster, who starred in the film, has admitted in interviews that she found many of the British cast terrifying due to their mischievous antics. Released in 1976, Bugsy Malone stands out for its unique approach to storytelling. This movie, set in a Prohibition-era world inhabited only by children, showcases an innovative blend of genres, from gangster films to musicals. Its distinct style and unconventional casting set a precedent for future filmmaking. The film's director, Alan Parker, dared to challenge traditional norms, creating a landscape where kids wielded Tommy guns and sang show tunes. This bold move paved the way for more inventive storytelling in later productions. For instance, the 2003 film The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen also featured a cast of young actors in adult roles. Bugsy Malone also left an indelible mark on the world of music. Its catchy tunes and memorable lyrics have inspired numerous covers and tributes. The title song, in particular, has been performed by various artists, demonstrating the enduring appeal of the film's music. Moreover, this classic has influenced several notable figures in the entertainment industry. Actor-director Jodie Foster, who played Tallulah in the movie, cited it as a significant influence in her career. The film's impact can also be seen in the work of director Taika Waititi, whose film Jojo Rabbit shares the same whimsical approach to serious subjects. In conclusion, Bugsy Malone has carved out a unique niche in film history. Its innovative approach to storytelling, unconventional casting, and memorable music have left a lasting impact on future filmmaking and inspired numerous artists in the industry. In the movie Bugsy Malone, Scott Baio made his film debut. Shortly after, he joined the cast of Happy Days, which was produced by Paramount's television division, the same company that released the film. The Splurge Inc. warehouse in the movie was actually a disused Huntley and Palmer biscuit factory in Reading. Initially, Florence Garland was only given a minor part, but when the original actress meant to play Blousey grew too tall for the role, Garland was given the part. This classic film is full of interesting behind-the-scenes facts that add to its charm. In the film Bugsy Malone from 1976, the average age of all the child actors and actresses was just 12. The young cast was primarily made up of unknown actors and actresses, with only a few having some television experience. One notable character in the movie was Fat Sam, who also appeared in the same year as the Bingo Long Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings. This classic film is known for its unique use of young actors to portray gangster roles, making it a memorable and enjoyable watch. Despite the young cast, the movie was able to deliver its message and entertain audiences with its unique approach. Meanwhile, tensions ran high between the British and American kids on set. The dance girls from the UK would often block the halls in Pinewood Studios, refusing to let the US actors and dancers pass unless they gave the correct password. If the password wasn't provided, the British girls would retaliate by spraying the US kids with a fire extinguisher. This rivalry added to the chaotic atmosphere of the production. During the search for Fat Sam, director Alan Parker took a unique approach. He visited a Brooklyn classroom and asked the students who they thought was the naughtiest boy in class. To his surprise, every student pointed to one John Cassisi, who ultimately landed the role. Interestingly, Mark Curry was initially considered for the title role in the movie. Despite the challenges and rivalries on set, the film ultimately brought together a talented cast and crew to create a memorable experience. In Bugsy Malone, Joanna Garbutt made her debut in the film industry. This movie and Tom Sawyer are Jodie Foster's only musicals, with Foster singing in this one, unlike in Tom Sawyer. The film performed well in England and Japan, but its release in US theaters was limited, often relegated to secondary screens alongside the re-release of The Bad News Bears. Despite its success in other countries, Paramount did not give it a wide release in the US. In the making of the movie Bugsy Malone, every child actor had to go through a rigorous process to obtain individual medical exams and work permits. The official paperwork was extensive, involving more than 33 English councils, as well as bureaucracy in New York and Los Angeles. The young cast, all of whom were 16 or under at the time of filming, took on the task with professionalism. Among them was Fifi Marchese, making her debut in this classic film. The dedication of the young cast and the extensive preparations behind the scenes contributed to the success of this beloved movie. In Bugsy Malone, the debut theatrical feature film of actor Dexter Fletcher, viewers are introduced to the young talent's acting abilities. The film also marks the debut of Louise English. One of the most memorable aspects of the movie is the use of splurge guns that appear to fire a cream-like substance. However, the production process was more complex than it seemed. Initially, director Alan Parker tried using wax balls filled with cream, but these proved to be painful when fired. Eventually, ping-pong balls were used instead. The actors fired these at nothing, and what is seen on screen is a combination of this footage and shots of actors being hit by handfuls of cream thrown at them by others. This clever editing created the illusion of the splurge guns firing the cream-like substance seen in the film. Vivienne McCone made her debut in the world of acting with Bugsy Malone. The movie takes place in a 1929 New York street complex, which was the film's main and largest set. Built on the largest soundstage at Pinewood Studios, B-Stage, it was constructed on 1-meter rostrums. Over 80 tons of concrete were used in its foundation, with real steam piped through the base to gush out of the set's manholes. The set's construction was necessary as child actors were not allowed to work at night due to regulations. Therefore, the set had to be lit for night scenes during daytime filming. Paul Williams, who wrote all the music for this film, also sang many of Bugsy's lines for Scott Baio. The massive set was built to resemble a bustling 1929 New York street, complete with manholes and steam vents. The construction of the set was a significant undertaking, with over 80 tons of concrete used in its foundation. The use of real steam added to the authenticity of the set, making it an impressive backdrop for the film's night scenes. Despite being a constructed set, it provided a realistic and engaging landscape for the child actors to work in, contributing to the film's enduring legacy. Did you know that the beloved movie Bugsy Malone turned 45 this year? Released in 1976, this classic has left an indelible mark on many of us. We'd love to hear about your experiences and memories related to this film. How old were you when you first watched Bugsy Malone? Did it leave a lasting impression on you? Perhaps it was the unique concept of casting children as gangsters or the memorable musical numbers that captured your heart. Maybe you've even introduced this film to a new generation in your family, sharing the joy and nostalgia it brings. We're sure that many of you have stories to tell about how this movie impacted you personally or influenced your perspective on cinema. We encourage you to share your anecdotes and thoughts with us. Your engagement through likes, shares, and subscriptions helps us continue exploring the world of cinema together. Let's keep the conversation going and celebrate the timeless charm of Bugsy